Hello, Lawanda here at Rock Twister Studio. Today we're selecting from this gorgeous selection of beads items to go into the dream catcher. So these are what we've got so far. We've got some dragon tooth amethyst. These are natural raw stones. Uh-oh, I'm missing one. Uh-oh, where'd one of my stones go? These are tumbled amethyst. And one of the little guys has run away. We'll have to find him. These stones were purchased from World of Rock Hounds. Kyle has a great sale, great prices over on YouTube. Saturdays and Sundays. Uh, check him out. I get a lot of stuff from him. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to make something that blends but yet offsets. So I've chosen some of these. Oh, not this guy. This group of beads here, they're all from dismantled jewelry. Oh, there's that little guy. And so I'm going to work these in as we go. What I try to do is lay it all out, and there's adjustments as I go. And so we're going to take these oh my, that was almost disastrous. Believe me, I have dropped entire sections like that before. So we're going to take these and lay them out here. So from a design point of view, I don't want big chunk, big chunk, big chunk. So I like to add in one of my little flares. These little heart shapes, or almost heart shapes, will be great for a center. I don't want it to be too much. So I'm going to add these alternately between each of the chunks. This was once upon a time a bracelet that I thrifted ages and ages ago. So there's no telling, it's glass. I don't know what the metal is, so I would be skeptical about using it in jewelry, but it's great for something that someone's not going to wear. We're also going to work in some little pieces of glass because the client asked for that. She wanted this to be smaller than the ones I'd done before, and so smaller in width, not length. So in order to get length, we could use something this big, but as you see, it's going to overstate the amethyst, and the amethyst is the centerpiece. So I'm going to look for something that gives direction. I like these pieces in the center because they point down and it just shows elegance. But I also like to kind of work with, these are just leftover bits and bobs from other projects, and that's how I work. Whatever I feel like looks good, that's what I use. That little guy, I wish he wasn't wrapped. He'd be great in this. We'll work that in later. So over here, I'll just start picking out like shapes. And they're not going to be exactly the same, but they will be the same characteristics. I've got them all laid out in a line like this, but that's not how they will go together. This is just so I can match whether the rows are gonna be okay. And so honestly, the glass is just being worked in because she asked for it. Traditionally, it'll be a lot more glass. She wanted amethyst primarily, and with glass. So the glass is just going to be an accent today. And you have to think about, I'm using aluminum wire. Uh, the only application this works for is for something that you're going to use a lot of wire on that you don't need to be heavy. Aluminum, you can't make jewelry out of it because no matter how much you work it, it will not get hard. And it also will break if you overwork it, like way faster than copper or anything else I've ever worked with. But it does work in this application. I use a 20 gauge wire, and it's just like working with butter. And as I work it, it just holds on. It does a really good job. You see, this is one of the centerpieces for something else, some other project that I decided not to use in that project. So we're going to work in chips, and the way I do that, everybody's just going to cringe probably, is I just dump them out and I pick up what I want as I use them. I don't really, I could spend all day going through these little guys and try to mix match all of that. Aren't they beautiful? I believe these chips came from Fire Mountain Gems. I buy them by like the quarter-pound over there. Really good prices. Not the best quality, but for chips and things like that, it's fine. I don't use Fire Mountain's wire, even in my aluminum or copper, because their wire, unless you get this brand here, the Rapid, that's a decent wrapping wire. It's uniform and does what it says it's going to do. Most of their other stuff is not uniform. You'll have twists and different textures throughout the wire. So Rapid is the only thing I get wire-wise from Fire Mountain. So now it's time to start offsetting everything. I always start in the center. Let's see where we're at in the camera. There. And so I'm going to have this be here, and I'm going to pick up another one of these rounds and put that there. I just play with it until I think it looks good. Think about it. This is going to be the center, right? So instead of all the pretties being at the bottom, which is what I tend to want to do, I have to work them out. So I'm going to use this sort of heart shape in the center here. And then I'll just reach and grab these chips as I weave. Good thing about these, most of them a 20 gauge wire will go into. And I may want more glass. I like to alternate because it's a strand of 5. This will be glass, and then the next will probably, let's do like a medium-sized chip over here. That'll be on the top over there. Well, that's a nice big one. Thing about these though are these drilled tumbles. You should never know where the hole's going to be, so you have to kind of work with it. And sometimes if I don't like where the hole is, I just wrap it like it's a regular gem. It works really well. Need another flat piece if I'm going to use that one. May not be able to use it. Yep, there's another one. Nope, it's too heavy. We'll use it. We'll look at it. So like that, there. Now I have to think about, of course they're going to get shorter. So these amethyst pieces may need to counter that glass more. Let's see. Oopsie. Yeah. So we're going to bring this up here. This is where this glass will go. And then this glass will go at the top here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And so start bringing everything to where it's going to be. I've got this video coming out in parts because it's going to be a long video. It's my first let's make it kind of video. And so I'll get kind of long-winded, and I want you to be able to follow along step by step. That was my center, and so now I need this bead to be worked in over here. Usually I don't do like all one solid color. I'll do purple and black, purple and clear, purple and whatever, 2, 3, maybe even 4 or 5 colors. But the client, like myself, is really into purple. So as these, we can tell these beads are elongated. And so when this is woven together, these will not line up. I'll do my very best to make these drop. And so it comes down at an angle. We're gonna need more glass over here. That's the good thing about glass is it used to be super affordable. Not so much anymore, just like everything else in life. So, but it does lend to creativity. And so now we've got our layout pretty much. It seems like something's missing. I want that to be there. So I think we'll work more of these in. Or do we want to do chips? Let's see. Just going to just lay out some chips here. And because she wanted purple, these are amethyst chips. And they're like a grade C or D if they have that. So there's a lot of white in here. It is amethyst, but because of the client's request, I'll choose the more purple and the darker stones. And the dark does really set it off, especially an accent to the dragon's teeth. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you. Have a great day.